fruits, nuts, and seeds.
Chapati, thank you for teaching us to be healthy.
The energy that I feel with these meals.
Chapati, that was really yummy.
Like a kid with no toys. Health is my greatest joy. Come and see, come and be with our host Chapati.
Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. I'm your host Chapati and we're here with our wonderful guest, Dr. Rula, and a wonderful nurse practitioner, Mary. Very good to have you here again.
Thank you.
You know, we were talking a bit about the rhythms, natural rhythms
That's right.
with nature and all.
It's very important to get up when the sun comes up and go to sleep when the sun goes down. Around those times.
Yes, close to this.
Close to those times.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it was created. Nature created it that way for us. We need those hours of sleep. And when you don't get those hours of sleep, your cortisol levels go up. Cortisol is a stress response hormone.
Oh, yes.
And when we don't use the cortisol to run or to fight,
Mhm.
it gets lodged in our bellies and it gives us belly fat.
Oh boy.
So part of
Which
the
is very common in America.
Yes.
Very common. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
number one cause for belly fat is not enough sleep.
Is that the reason? Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I know. But when you go to bed early and you get tired, you're fatigue.
Fatigue.
Fatigue is stress.
That adds on.
One way to really build up the system is to go to bed. If you want to do an experiment, 1 week, go to bed at 9 o'clock for 1 week and then see how you feel in a week. That's the best way to regenerate your kidneys and give your whole system a boost. A lot of people ask me, well, what if I go to bed at 1 in the morning and wake up at 9? I'm getting my 8 hours. Why do I have to go to bed at 9 o'clock? Like Maria said, our bodies were made to come up with the sun, go down with the sun.
Yes,
Because of artificial lighting,
Yes.
we're all messed up.
Right.
Another thing, 1 hour a day, you should take 1 hour out of the day, either go outside, let the sun, you get vitamin D from the sun. 1 hour a day you can walk either on the grass or if you live near the beach somewhere, walk on the beach. That's very grounding for the body.
Sometimes people, though, many the people they work in offices, big buildings, and there is nowhere they can go,
Right.
So they have to somehow, when they leave the office or their work, they have to take the time.
That's right.
You
No.
have to.
Or even at lunchtime, even if you have 15 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yes, take a walk.
I
out
remember
for-
when I worked in a hospital, because before Oriental medicine, I was in Western medicine. I was lucky enough to have a gazebo near where I worked. And every day at lunchtime, I was out at that gazebo. Anytime somebody was looking for me, I was there, which was, I thought, a great blessing
Yeah.
to have.
Another thing you can do is yard work. Anytime you get your hand into the ground or the dirt or plants or trimming, that's very grounding.
Uh-huh.
Also baking,
Oh,
cooking. You're
yes.
handling, that's very, very
I tell you about baking. I know about baking very well. Yes.
That's a great way to de-stress and kind of get your mind off the busy day.
Mhm.
It's important.
And also, you're putting all your good energy into the food that you're going to eat, which is going to fuel your body.
Yes.
See, that's how Qigong works in Tai Chi. This is another way that the Chinese have come up with to keep the bodies healthy.
Oh, tell me.
But it also works, you have to have a very strong mental intention. When you're doing your poses, even in yoga, you really have to put your mind there too. That's why in yoga they tell you to focus on the third eye. In Tai Chi and Qigong, if you're not a believer, it's not going to work for you. Okay? So Qigong, Tai Chi, they tell you have to have a strong mental intention. So again, like she was saying, with food, when you're cooking, all your energy is put into that food. You're giving all your good vibrations and
Right.
your good energy. So that food is also going to give you more energy back.
It's a
Okay.
good idea to say those positive, like if you imagine love or peace or joy as you're cutting your vegetables, and you're kind of
Yes.
thankful to them for providing the nutrition
Yes.
and knowing that they've sacrificed themselves for your sake. It really is important for the food that we eat.
Yes.
It makes a difference.
I agree. When you put love into the food,
That's
the
right.
effect of the food on the body is far greater.
That's
And
right.
if you go sometime to restaurants or things, and the man making the food, he couldn't care.
Exactly.
He's just doing his
He's
job,
That's right.
cutting,
Anger.
and
Anger.
anger, and you're eating that.
Exactly.
And that
That's
comes
exactly
from
right.
himself to the food into your body.
And to the server.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
So it's so important that we're cooking at home or wherever we're sharing our food that we think of the heart and just put love and service and goodness into the food.
And speaking about food, I would like to talk about one of the most important things we can do to maintain our health
Yes.
is to maintain an alkaline environment in the body.
Oh.
And a lot of people don't know about this.
Mhm.
And all that means is it has to do with the pH, which normal pH is 3.5 to 4.5.
Yes.
So if we have an alkaline body, that means it's a higher pH that is going to keep us from having many, 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 many symptoms of disease. Which would
Chronic degenerative diseases can only grow in an acidic body.
Acidic. I want to talk more about this. This is a very important subject. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll be right back to talk about alkaline body versus acidic body. So stay with us. I'm your host Chapati. We'll see you in just a minute. This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. I'm your host Chapati, and we're talking a bit about alkaline versus acidic and what is that and the effect it has in our body. So you were talking a bit about it, Maria. Give us some more knowledge.
Well, the standard American diet, which I call the SAD diet, unfortunately produces an acidic environment. The things that produce acid in the body are sugar, which includes alcohol, because alcohol is broken down into a sugar. Dairy.
Dairy
meats,
is mucus forming
Yeah.
in the body.
Yes.
all meats, wheat, coffee, and that's it. Sometimes vinegars and mushrooms, things like that.
Fermented foods sometimes can sit in the body and ferment too.
Yes.
Any kind of balsamic, anything that's vinegary is acidic. So the thing we want to do is avoid acidic foods. So what are alkalinizing foods? That would be green leafy vegetables. Anything that's grown naturally from the earth is an alkalizing agent. So
The greener the better.
Right.
If you forget, just remember, the green is good,
Also fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
organic.
very
Yes.
important to
Yes,
keep away from the
organic.
pesticides and the antibiotics. So when we do ingest those things, what do we do to help us? We have to detox. We have to detox. Once a year, it's a good idea to do a liver gallbladder flush, which I'll talk about later. And it's also a great idea to do dry skin brushing. And that's where you take a brush and you brush your whole body towards the heart, and it's stimulating to the circulation. It gets rid of toxins. It's also a little bit of a lymphatic drainage massage.
The skin is the largest elimination organ, and we forget about that.
Yes.
Most people don't know about
It's
that.
so apparent, it's right in front.
That's right.
You know?
And this is a body brush.
Yes.
It's this, you just do it on your whole body. It's
It's
very
called
important.
a dry skin brush,
Right.
and you always want to kind of start with softer bristles, because in the beginning, you don't want to start with a hard.
Yes, no.
And you always draw it towards dry skin brush, not wet, towards the heart every day, the whole body.
It's right here.
Feels really nice.
Oh, it does.
Stimulate.
It's
So remember, you got to keep your elimination organs open and working. So skin. Maria talked about the liver. We can talk about some liver gallbladder flushes. Online, on the internet, there's many recipes you can follow. Colon cleansing, of course, is another big one. All disease really means that the body is in a state of dis-ease.
Lack of ease, yes?
That's right.
Lack of
And
ease. Yes.
most diseases begin in the colon, because that's where our toxins are stored. So, like Maria was saying, once a year you can do colon cleansing. Dry skin brushing you should do every day.
End of the day.
Liver gallbladder flushes. For example, if you're really irritable, all of a sudden you're like, why am I so edgy? Why am I so irritable? That's the liver.
Right.
If you're tired and fatigued, many times that could be your kidneys. That's when you would want to sleep more.
Yes.
If you're tired after a meal, you know it's the food. Either the raw food combining, not enough enzymes, not chewing enough. So that's why, again, pay attention to your body. You can become your own physician.
And the bottom line is that cancer, any types of bacteria, virus, parasites cannot grow in an alkaline environment. They only grow in an acidic environment. So if you have any of those problems, the best thing for you to do for your body is to eat alkaline foods.
Alkaline foods.
And you know, there are a lot of things you can do. There's cell food. It's a type of drop. You put it in your water and it alkalinizes the water. There are water purification systems that alkalinize the water. That's a great way to alkalinize the body.
Also, I must say, soaps and all types of things you wash with should be alkaline.
Right.
Most
Very
soaps
important.
are acidic, and even the soap companies say pH balanced, but it's not.
No.
You take a pH paper and you put it on the soap to see it's acid and not alkaline.
Yeah, because our body absorbs that.
That's true.
So very important, because soap is something we put on all the time and
That's
absorb right into the body.
Shampoo, everything.
Shampoo, all that.
I also recommend even like Sundays. Every Sunday should be the day of rest. That day you could take a break from food. You could fast all day, and that doesn't mean eating nothing.
Very good.
That could mean just juicing your vegetables.
Resting the body.
Resting the digestive system, which in turn will help the body tremendously for the whole week. You've set yourself up for a great week when you juice fast, 1 day a week or once a month.
Juicing, the food is already broken down. Your body does not have to work to break it down.
I tell you my experience, I sometimes juice for many days at a time. You know, and the morning meal is juice, vegetable juice, and I find I don't have to want to or have to eat for 3-4 hours. No desire. My body is so filled with the nutrients.
Because you're getting concentrated nutrients
Yes,
and minerals.
there's no desire to eat.
Right. And the other thing is our body finishes the digestion from the day before, not until 10 or 11 o'clock the next morning.
Oh.
So it's very important to keep our digestive system free. So to do a juice in the morning is great, whether it's celery or fruit juice, anything you like.
All right, we're going to take a break again, and I'm hungry, but we have a few things to talk about more, which we're doing wonderful on. So I am your host Chapati with our wonderful guests. Stay with us, we'll be right back. This is Food with Life. Hello and welcome back to Food with Life. I'm your host Chapati, and we're again with our wonderful guests here, wonderful knowledgeable people about food and how we can keep ourselves clean and all this stuff. So we were going to do a broccoli soup, yes?
Yes.
Cream of broccoli?
Cream of broccoli.
Show us what we do.
I will. The thing is, anytime you have a cream soup,
Yes.
you assume there's cream in it. This soup has no cream, no butter, no milk, no
No
flour,
dairy,
no
no
flour.
dairy.
No flour, no dairy.
The creaming component in this soup is potatoes,
Organic potatoes.
right? And the other beauty with this soup is there's no meat, there's no nothing in it that's unhealthy. It's all very healthy,
All vegan,
all
right?
vegan. So the first thing we're going to do is take the potatoes and put them in the water. It's boiling. So we have 1 quart or 1 liter of pure water that's boiling. We're going to put that on the stove. So we have the potatoes in. Now we'll need the onions. You put the onions in the pot. And the secret to this recipe is you let the onions and the potatoes boil. It gets the potatoes nice and soft, and it becomes a cream. So while that's boiling for 20 minutes, you get your broccoli, always organic, and you cut it up. You want to cut the stalks off, and then cut them into about 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. Then the finished product, once it's reduced, will look like this. And you have delicious creamy potatoes with broccoli, and then you put it in the food processor. Oops.
These processors, I know that these days are make magic of food, yes?
And then,
Garlic?
we need to put the garlic in the soup to let it cook a little bit. So I'm going to add the garlic. But the most important thing is do not add the broccoli in with the potatoes because it will get brown and mushy and it overcooks the food and it gets rid of the nutrients. So the broccoli really needs to be put in after the potatoes are done.
Okay.
So after that 20 minutes, you put in the broccoli for like 5 minutes, then you put it in the food processor and you make it into a cream. So that processes down, and that's it. So once that's finished, you return this soup stock to the pot. You add 2 cups of either rice milk or almond milk, no soy milk because it is genetically modified and we don't do that. You add
What about organic?
organic, always, no, organic, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't say non-genetically modified, you don't use it.
Even if it's organic soy?
Yes,
Doesn't matter?
even if
Okay.
it's organic.
Okay, thank you.
And it's actually, the soy that's produced massively like that, that's genetically modified, is actually detrimental to our bodies. It's really not healthy to eat that. But this makes a delicious soup with the almond milk or the rice milk, as long as it's not vanilla flavored.
Because almond and rice milk is a little sweet, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
delicious. So then you pour that into the soup, and you salt to taste, and then you add a little bit of cayenne pepper, if you like. You don't have to, or black pepper if you'd like. And you put that in at the end. It's not yet, it's later.
Oh, later. Okay.
So what we're going to do, this is the finished product. This is a delicious cream of broccoli soup that's made completely vegan, no cream, no butter, no flour, no milk. And it's really good.
And it tastes
So
creamy.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
You have a flavor?
Yes, we have lots of flavors.
Oh.
Yummy, yummy. One for you, and one for me. There's my soup. Let me try it. It's hot.
It's really good.
It's delicious.
Very good.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
A little
I'm not
spicy
going-
from the
you
cayenne
go-
pepper.
You go to the next food segment. I'm going to stay here, eat the soup.
A little spicy from the cayenne pepper and delicious garlic. I tasted it. It's really good.
Delicious. Wonderful.
It's a great meal. That with the tuna sandwich, and you're good.
I'm home.
You're home.
So we're going to make one more, yes?
Yes. We have a wonderful surprise. It's a frozen fruit dessert that is amazing. No sugar, no dairy. It's absolutely delicious. And we're going to make that next.
I'm going to stay here. Stay with us. We'll be right back with this wonderful dessert. This is Food with Life. This is Food with Life.
This is going to be so good.
I got the fruit!
He's here!
Yes.
And we're back.
We're back, and now you're going to show us some great fruit dessert,
I'm
yes?
so excited about this. This is our delicious frozen fruit dessert. You have never seen anything like this
So we
before.
have bananas, blueberries, and strawberries.
Right. But one important thing is you never want to eat your fruit with your meal. You need to give it at least an hour because fruit causes food to like kind of ferment and acidify and give you gas. So you
So
don't
always remember, wait an hour after your meal to
Yes.
eat the dessert.
Probably not good for digestion if you have a
No,
meal and
no,
then
not
have
at
fruit
all.
right
No.
after. Huh?
But this is going to be really good. Watch this.
Okay.
So all you do is put the fruit in here frozen. It's got to be frozen. You put it in, whatever you like. You can have peaches, pears.
Can I put one?
Yes, put it all. And
Well,
then
you have to wait.
you turn it on. Somebody's got to man the ship.
Okay, here we go.
And so it comes out frozen. It's the most delicious thing you've ever seen in your life. I eat this every night instead of chocolate. The first part comes out a little watery. That's normal.
And if you don't have one of these machines at home, you can use a blender also.
Okay, put some more. Yummy. It's the most delicious thing. And it's nice to add a little difference in color, like a little blueberries and a little, so that's the strawberry part coming out now. It's really good.
I want to put some berries.
Let's add some blueberries, those detox
That's
the
what I was
liver.
It's very
Yes.
colorful. We'll see with the
Bananas
berries.
very good for the heart.
Yum!
All berries are good for anti-cancer.
Okay, here are the blueberries. Push that down a bit more, yes.
There you go.
All right.
So fruits are 70 to 80% water, and our bodies are 70 to 80% water. That's why it's so important to eat a lot of fruits. And vegetables are also mostly water, 70% water.
You can call this the red, white, and blue dessert.
Perfect for the 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Perfect.
So that's all you do. And then you can put it into these delicious little cups and serve it, and let's try some.
Oh, good.
Maybe
good.
a little bit more blueberries.
A little more berries.
Berries, we love the berries.
They're antioxidants.
Yes, they are.
Blueberries, that's a big trade,
High in
yes?
vitamins, high in, go ahead and
Yes.
put some in there.
Iron, very good for to detox the liver.
And the good thing about it, it's guilt-free. It is so good for you, and it's delicious.
You try it.
Got to be careful because sometimes it
You
squirts
can,
out.
at home, you can have people over,
Yeah,
and you can make this, and it is a fun food, a fun dessert, yes?
it's great for the kids.
Oh, very much. What about us? We're kids, yes.
Yes, I'm ready.
It's like frozen yogurt without all the sugar, natural sugar only.
That's
All
a
right,
berry.
let's try it.
All right,
Okay, here
let's
we
try
go.
some. You have a little flavor?
Yes.
Here
Yum.
Do you have a
Can't
flavor?
wait to have some of this. Yeah. Every flavor is my favorite.
Just remember, always eat fruit alone.
Yes, and enjoy. Bon appetit. Guilt-free dessert. You can have it all day, every day. Oh, wow, it's good. It's really yummy.
It's so fresh. Yeah. I feel the energy from it, you know?
It's good.
Excellent.
I love this dessert. It's the best.
I very much want to thank you so much for teaching us and sharing all your wisdom and
welcome.
knowledge
Very
about
welcome.
food and diet.
Yes, it's been great fun. I've
Wonderful.
really enjoyed being here. And I've learned a lot too.
Wonderful Mrs. Maria McConshee and our wonderful guest, Doctor of Oriental Medicine, Dr. Giosmas. Very good to have you. I am your host, Chapati. We hope you enjoyed the show and learned some knowledge about diet and health. Thanks for watching Food with Life. Have a wonderful day and a very wonderful evening.